Welcome back to Great Gadgets and Gear. Okay, so we had some little gadgets here, and I'm sure you've probably seen both before, but this is going to be my take on it. So, alright, so the Nextool, you've probably seen in previous videos and stuff, and that I had trouble with it, and I returned it, and it was improved, but you know, it still had the gap in the scissor blade. But I kind of brought it out because I want to do for myself too a comparison between this and the Gerber splice, which I'm going to review. But when I got into the paperwork, I thought it was interesting. The Gerber splice has a limited lifetime warranty in North America. Limited lifetime. Anywhere else, it has a 25-year limited warranty. I don't know what the limits are and stuff, but I find that is an amazing warranty because Leatherman is a 25-year warranty. I mean, so I'd be curious to see what the limits are on that. But then when I looked at Nextool, which is a newer company, at least new to me, you only get a 1-year warranty. 1-year limited warranty. So, again, limited lifetime, limited 1 year. So, I mean, this does feel like a good quality tool though. And we're going to do some cutting tests with the two of these here. But so now let's get on with the, I just thought it was an interesting thing to point out the warranties with this. So I'm going to open this up and check it out. I wanted one of these for work, and I wanted another one, and I'm not quite sure where I'm going to put it and what piece of kit I'm going to put it in yet, but actually I should probably not ruin the whole package. Let's cut that open with my Temu junkie knife. I kept this one because actually I thought it would make a good leather opener, and it's not horrible. It's 9CR18. I'm sure that, I think that's stainless steel. So anyway, let's see how it does opening the package without cutting my fingers. If it will. Actually, it will. It's a little tough, but okay, so. Gotta love clamshell stuff when you get older, man. This stuff is, my God, it is really, really strong crap. Alright. Thank God. Okay. So it says 8 tools, outboard components. And this is the Gerber Splice multi-tool. Okay. So we're going to fold it up first. And look at the fit and finish of this. It's a little It's a little scratched up. It's a little poorly put together here. It's a little rough. The metal here is a little rough. Looks like it's, yeah, wow, that is actually kind of sharp there. So in comparison to the Nextool, I don't think the finish, it's got some chips in the paint. I hope I'm in frame for this, sorry. It's got some chip in the paint. It's really rough here, the metal. And then it's just not put together very well in my opinion, and it's like you can, I don't know if you can see there's some scratches or just some poorly finish on the metal there. So yeah, the finish on the splice is not nearly as good as the finish on the Nextool. The Nextool does have a very, very nice quality finish. I was blowing off the stuff from the Gerber. So the Gerber is a bit smaller. Just a little bit smaller, I'd say. Yep. Let's see. They're pretty close in thickness. But, so the Gerber is a little bit smaller. But again, so far the Nextool is winning out with the fit and finish of it. So let's check out the tools. Okay, so you got Starbit hardware. So I don't know if they offer being able to replace pieces individually. You got a little short stubby knife. Is that locking? No, I don't know. Oh, it must have hit the lanyard thing. So a little short stubby knife versus this looks like a drop point versus the sheep's foot. And you get a little bit longer knife with the Nextool, and it's a little bit thicker though with the Gerber. I'm thinking the Gerber is a little bit sharper. Let's see, the one testing thing I didn't really grab was a piece of paper, so let's see. Oh, wow, that went right through really, really easy. Oh, crap, I hope that was on camera. Sorry. Let me try this again. Come on, cooperate. It went through, wow, like, I mean, really easy. It went through like hot butter. Hot knife through a butter. Actually, the Nextool did okay, too. I'd say they're equally as sharp. Cutting through cardboard anyway. Okay, let's see what else we got here. So that's it on that side is the knife. Then we got a little saw. I don't think there was a little saw in the Nextool. Let me get out all the tools so I remember. Ow! Damn, that SIM card tool is so tight in there. I always poke my finger with it. Okay, so no saw blade on that one. So you get a little saw blade on the Gerber. Let's see if I can do this without cutting myself. And saw blade, what do we... No, well, no, I shouldn't say saw blade, actually. That's just a serrated knife. Well, I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that is. Is that a serrated knife or supposed to be a saw blade? It's interesting. It's supposed to be a serrated blade. Okay, so that's sharp. It did cut through that really easily. Okay, so we had that. We had that. And we got ourselves a little... Wow, trying to get this stuff out of here is really hard. I'm going to break a nail trying to get this stuff out. Wow, that stuff is really in there. Very tight, probably because it's new. So you got a bottle opener. You got a fine standard. What's that little pokey tool? Small head flat driver. That thing's sharp. Sharp, sharp. Alright, let me see if I can get this out of here without... Okay. Then you got your Phillips. So the Phillips has a built-in file on both sides, but not on the edge on the splice. On the Nextool, it's just the Phillips. The file is separate, so you get a much larger file on the Nextool. You know, so it all depends on what's, you know, most important to you. But yeah, actually, the blades are nice. They're small, but it's a small tool, but they're nice, and they are sharp. So that's a cool thing. Ow! Man, this little standard thing is, wow, really sharp. Surprised I haven't started bleeding yet. Very hard to get in there. I hope that loosens up a little bit. Very, very tight. Okay. Alright, so then let's get to the star of the show, which is the scissors. Spring-loaded. Nice, very responsive. We'll avoid the pinch points because, man, we know how much I love pinching myself here. So let's put this back together and do a head-to-head comparison of the two. Okay, so obviously there's going to be a size difference because this splice is smaller. And the blades, of course, are slightly smaller. But this one, the Nextool, is just as reactive. let's see how the blades line up. Now that's what I'm talking about. There is absolutely no gap. No gap between those blades. Nope, that was just the reflection. No gap between the blades. That's how it should be. That's how scissors should be. There should be no gap in between the blades. And this one, like the previous one, does have a slight gap between the blades. Alright, so let's test it and see what we got. So let's go with the cardboard first because it's what I grabbed. So here's the slice. No problem. My hands keep sliding down these things. But yep, it's very sharp. Does a good job on that. The Nextool, I know I had no problem with this either. Okay, so we got cardboard there out of the way. Alright, let's try something difficult. Let's try some hard aquarium tubing. I'm gonna put it in there as far back as I can. Ooh, this is harder because the handles are shorter and they're digging into my palm. They're very, very sharp here. Very, very sharp. I'm gonna flip it around, see if it's any better. A little bit. But yeah, my fingers are gonna get right into that pinch point area. It will cut it, but there's just so much to look out for. Wow. It's hard because they're so small. Not that you're going to be cutting aquarium tube, and I just wanted to see if... Ooh! What the heck happened there? Interesting. Okay, it didn't like the tubing. Something happened. I hope you caught that on the screen, because I'm not going to replicate that. So we're going to skip the tubing. Alright, so here's my thick old jumbo rope, which we know. Oh, the Nextool seems to have trouble cutting everything. Wow, finally. Let's see how the Gerber does. Oh, nope, this keeps collapsing. The handle keeps collapsing from the pressure. Let's see if I can get that on film. Yep, see? See how it's collapsing up here? So whatever detent is holding that, it's not strong enough to keep it in place. So it's not gonna cut it. Okay, so, and I did try this, right? And it did cut it, but it took quite a few bites. Wow, I just can't get over these scissors. You know, and I didn't, you can see, look how far separated that is. And this is why I didn't buy the Leatherman. I don't know if you can see that gap in there. This is the second pair that has that gap. It was $50 for the Leatherman. Just for the, you know, for the scissors, which is the main feature that I was looking for. And, you know, the Nextool was $23, you know, so that's, I mean, less than half the cost. And the Gerber is only $20 because it's like 16% off right now. So, alright, here's the last one we'll try, which is just good old-fashioned, regular paracord that seems to just tie up the Nextool. I'm going to try it at the front. Ooh, it did cut it this time. Middle, yep. Look at that. Okay, so even though it bent outwards on that big chunky stuff, this one, oops, there we go. See, like that. See how it skipped? You're fine if you're back. You're fine if you're in the middle. And as long as you're not at the very edge, it'll cut it. Okay, so this pair of Nextool, I guess I will keep. Let's see how the Gerber does. All the way back. Whoa, look at that. Try that again. All the way back. The blades are separating on paracord. Alright, let's try it in the middle of the blades. and it breaks. The handle breaks. But now it did. Okay, let's try up higher. Nope, handle broke again. See where the handle breaks? Handle break again. So, not impressed with that. It won't even cut paracord without giving way. So whatever mechanical thing they have in there holding it, it's not holding it. It's just not, it's too weak of a mechanism to cut paracord. Look at that. Wow. So, alright. So it occasionally cuts paracord. But for the most part, it won't cut paracord. So, not that it's going to be my main use, but it has me concerned. Alright, I'm going to get something closer to what I'll be using it to cut for. This is obviously not a very good comparison, but I do cut a lot of plasticky type stuff, so this is just a zip tie. So this is not a giant one, it's not super thick, but I'm going to go over here to the thick part of it. I'll try it with this one since it's failing so much. Okay, alright, I will cut. Interesting, so it'll cut a hard plastic. Nope, it broke right there again. See it? How it kicked out. So depending on where you cut at, it'll do hard plastic, but it won't do paracord. Oh, it's like hit or miss with the paracord. The handle's breaking more than it's cutting. Right, you got to get it right here. Right here, not quite all the way back, but pretty far back to cut paracord. So it will cut paracord. Okay, I'm going to try this again. Go not all the way back. Nope. Yeah, this is just going to be too much for it. Too much. It's going to keep breaking. I'm going to try to cut this even slowly to... Nope. Alright, good enough. Just to even that out. So, interesting. Very interesting. Now, that's quite a quandary for me here. As these will cut paracord when it feels like it. You gotta screw around with it quite a bit because the arm collapses. Because the detent or the lever is not strong enough to hold it. So, I don't know, because, you know, the fit and finish on this isn't very good either. I don't know. I have other Gerber products, and they're just better quality than this. They were finished better. They weren't so rough. They didn't have chips and gouges in them. And that's straight out of the package. Nobody opened that package. That package was sealed. So what's your experience with this, with the Gerber splice? Let me know. See, it wasn't so much for all the tools. It's nice that the knives are sharp. I appreciate that at a pinch, and I didn't care that it didn't have pliers on it. Neither one of these. These were primary for scissors because I have my Leatherman, you know, and I'm quite happy with those pliers. They work fine for me. So let me know what you think, what your thoughts are on the Gerber splice. There were some other models. I specifically wanted to try this one though because it was on the smaller side, because I wasn't sure what kit I was going to use this in, and the Nextool was a little bit bigger, a little bit beefier, and then I got those nice trauma shears from China. I mean, there's a stand-up product for China. Those trauma shears that I reviewed on my channel for the, what, 18 bucks, 19 bucks. Fantastic. I mean, they were a little rough, hard, you know, to cut with, but my God, they cut really, really well. So that was a really good product from China. So I'm kind of torn what to do here because they both seem like they'll cut eventually, you know, and I'm not sure if it's, you know, the way I'm holding it or where I'm putting it, the material, you know, I don't know. I'm going to have to do a little bit more cutting and stuff with these to determine, but as it stands right now this second, I'm almost thinking of returning the Gerbers over the Nextool. Because the Nextool's fit and finish for a $3 difference is leaps and bounds above this Gerber. It's not as compact, but it's still relatively small. The blades are sharp. The other tools are nice. They're quite larger. And the scissors, for the most part, at least they're not collapsing. So this one collapses in the arms. So there's no way. It did separate at the blades, though. And this one doesn't collapse at the arms, but it does separate at the blades if you push it too far. So I think I'm going to have to find a little more stuff closer to what I use the scissors for on like a daily basis and really try. I'm sure they'll cut stuff, you know, tape and paper, and they cut cardboard, no problem. But I mean, I use my pocket knife for that kind of stuff. This is more for like cutting bindings off of stuff. You know, if I have to, well, and I do cut some paper and some labels and different stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn right now. Sorry, I don't mean to drag this video out, but I'm kind of torn. So let me know what you think. What do you think of the Gerber splice? And let me know what you think of the Nextool. I think this is the Mini Sailor. And what your experience has been with either one of these tools. And is there another option within this price range, around the $20 price range, up to maybe like 25 bucks, that you would recommend for the scissor version? But I want the main scissor version. Leatherman, I love them. They're great tools. Believe me, I love my squirt. I wish I could buy more of those, but they're discontinued. But I'm not going to pay 50 bucks for their scissor version, because that one too got mixed reviews on stuff it would cut and wouldn't cut. Some people were amazed and they must have got a good one and it cut through everything, and some people had some issues with them. But 50 bucks is, to me, it's quite high when I don't need the other tools. So help me out, let me know, give me your thoughts, give me other suggestions. I'd really appreciate it. Not only would you help me, but you could help other people who watch the videos on the channel. So that's great. Let's share the knowledge and help each other out. So give us a like, subscribe. So there's some really good stuff coming up. Stick around, stay tuned. If you have some ideas or suggestions or things you'd like to see or things that you've seen that you want re-reviewed, some people ask for follow-ups on bags that I use and stuff, drop me a comment. Let me know. I'll see what I can do. And we're going to keep on pushing forward. Thanks for sticking around. See you at the next video.